Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage Jewelry. My name is Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirit and the tarot and my intuition to communicate energies to you, the viewer. Today we'll be taking a look at the person on your mind and the connection and what they want versus what it is that you want out of this connection, okay? And maybe how it conflicts. But before we get into that, we will take a look at the connection, the overall energy as it's sitting, and how you're feeling so that you know whether you've tapped into the right pile or not, okay? You could very well tap into your person's pile or your own pile, depending on how the energy is sitting, okay? So if you are drawn to multiple piles, might have multiple perspectives for you to view, okay? So we have three options to choose from. Option number one is this heart right here. Option number two is this paperweight right here. And then option number three is this egg right here. Okay, so feel free to pause the video. And then once you are intuitively drawn to a pile, you can select the timestamp in the description box and the pinned comment below, and it'll take you directly to your pick. And I will see you at your pick. Thank you. Hello, my gorgeous. Pile number one, if you pick this heart right here, then pile number one, this is your reading. Now, we pre-picked these oracle cards. I've not looked at them just to save time. But before we get into you versus your person and what it is that you guys want out of the connection and out of each other, we're going to take a look at the energy right now as the connection sits. And this is for you to gauge whether this is your pile or not. Okay, so this might be coming from your perspective as far as how the energy is sitting in the connection. So Spirit, clear and concise for pile number one regarding their connection so that they know whether this is their pile or not. Thank you so much. Please protect me as I channel this message and protect pile number one as well. Thank you so much, pile number one, for allowing me to tap into your energy of you and your person. All right, so Spirit, clear and concise here. Well, pile number one will know this is their pile. All right. And I will list the cards used in the description box below if you are curious as to which decks I am using today. All right, so we have that one. We have this one here. And, all right, and I will pull one of these as well. Okay, so the state of the connection. I feel like somebody feels rejected. It could very well be you if we've tapped into your energy so that you know whether this is your pile or not on a level, okay? So what I feel is going on is I feel like somebody wants to move forward in this connection and planting a seed for the future in regards to stabilizing and grounding the connection. But somebody is feeling like they're weighing their options, but I feel as though this is past energy. I feel like somebody was stuck in weighing their options and maybe not making a decision. And maybe things are moving forward, but I feel like somebody still feels rejected, or the fact that things are progressing, but maybe they are kind of restarting or relearning how to trust in this connection because of past energies. But I feel like you guys are still together or trying to make things work here, but I feel like somebody feels really rejected by the other person because I feel like the other person maybe was not decisive, was not choosing this connection. Okay, but there is this maybe this beginning or restarting of the connection again. And I just feel like maybe somebody here feels like, yeah, like they were rejected, or they're not really sold on the idea of this connection being as solid as it can be. Okay, let's see some more actually, because that doesn't really help me all that much. Yeah, maybe I feel like somebody now all of a sudden wants to move forward, and somebody might have started looking elsewhere is actually what I'm feeling, because maybe, yeah, what I'm feeling is that somebody here sat too long and now they want to move forward with this connection, and the other person has moved. Wow, yeah, has moved on, is starting something else or looking elsewhere to see what other options they have available to them, because they were rejected by this person who was not choosing this connection or them. Yeah, that's what I'm actually feeling very strongly here. Okay, so let's maybe pull just a little bit more and see what we can see. Yeah, somebody was being held back, was being quite guarded, and the connection I feel was fairly empty. This card could mean being blocked when it comes to love and growth, and maybe there was a lot of growth that just couldn't happen in this connection. This can also mean sex without love, somebody holding back, maybe investing in this connection. Maybe they were very guarded, and maybe somebody was really hanging on to it and trying to clear blocks here and try to bring balance, but the only balance that they have now is planting a seed for their own future to move forward, because of the lack of give and take in this connection. So there's a state of rejection, and I feel like rejection's on both sides. The person who maybe had to decide to move away from this connection in order to find balance, and I feel like the other person is trying to move forward now, or at least is showing up in this energy that they're interested in progressing, but they're rejected because the other person could very well now be guarded, or not showing interest, or remove their energy from the situation because it was either too slow, or the other person just was not giving them, or choosing this connection, or giving them the same amount of energy that yeah, that one person was inputting. Okay, so if this sounds more or less like your situation, sorry, it took me a bit to get there, then we will take a look at these oracle cards that I pre-shuffled, and take a look at you versus your person in regards to what it is that you guys actually want, and see how that might differ, or how that might be the same. All right, so person A, person B, you could be on either side, resonating either side, and your person will be on the other. So just kind of take whatever resonates here. Okay, so we have Y with the number 31, or the number 4. We have preparation with the number 37, or the number 10. We have I relate in peace. We have slave with the light attribute, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Shadow attribute, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. Scorpion, that's a fire energy. That's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. And then we have confusion. Wow, confusion with Y. That sounds very interesting. Okay, and then person B, we have despondence. We have buffalo with earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. We have, actually, I will switch these two around here. We have knight with the light attributes, loyalty, romance, and chivalry, a love of honor, and then we also have allegiance to a destructive ruler or principal, romantic delusions. Didn't I do a reading the other day and we had slave and knight? energy on either side? I think I did. Well, I'm not quite sure though. Interesting. All right. I am peaceful. And anomaly with the number 2. That's here. And we have to the sea with the number 7. Okay, so this is energy in between, connecting the both of you. Cherish self. I accept and love myself. And we have unification, aligning with abundance. And we also have remember your identity. You can do it. All right. Okay. So I'm feeling strongly like both parties know what it is that they want. Okay. And I feel like at some point in time, person A was maybe trying to figure out what it was that would make person B happy. And it took them a bit to figure out that the person that they wanted to actually make happy was themselves, or at least they started focusing on themselves, because person B was acting in such a way that person A wasn't really understanding what they wanted. They seemed like they wanted this connection, but at the same time, they were showing that they weren't quite sure where they wanted it to go or how they wanted it to navigate. And they were kind of really determined in their position. Okay. And they were showing up as somebody who wanted to choose this connection, but all their actions kind of showed them really not focused on making person A happy. They were quite wrapped up in themselves, okay? And I feel like what they wanted was somebody to understand that they were trying to navigate through their own insecurities, navigate through what it is, what they actually wanted in this connection. And I feel like person A was willing to show up for person B, but they were really confused here with the why and the confusion as to why it was so difficult for person B to work with person A in regards to collaborating with each other to move the connection forward in a balanced manner. And I feel like there was one point where person A was really willing to almost bend over backwards here for person B. And I feel like it was a long period of time that person A had to reflect on the situation and build themselves up towards finding what they truly want and being open. And I feel as though person A has communicated to person B already what they want. And I feel like person B's maybe taking that as person A being a little bit bitter or no longer interested in this connection, because they are being very, this is from person B's perspective, okay? The buffalo's perspective is feeling like the scorpion is being a little bit, stingy, I guess, and abrupt. And meanwhile, the scorpion person has been invested in this connection and trying to figure out how to make things work. And I feel like the scorpion person is just released any sort of desire for an outcome here in this connection, because they were not clear as to what was going on. And I feel like the scorpion person invested quite a bit of their self in trying to lay the foundation of this connection, whereas the buffalo person seemed to not be as interested in laying out the foundation of this connection, kind of trying to see where it would go, maybe not being very clear, but they were planting a seed of future potential or romantic hope here in the connection that kind of maybe strung person A along. And I feel like both parties were being truthful in what it was that they wanted for themselves, but there was this need for you guys to be on the same page. And I feel like both of you guys wanted something different in regards to the journey of how to get there, because I feel like the journey is really important for this Buffalo person, whereas the outcome of the connection was more important for the Scorpion person. So the Scorpion had a vision. The Scorpion was more pointed as to what was supposed to be done in order to get to where they wanted, and they wanted to get there quite smoothly and orderly without any sort of confusion, and just work together to get there. Whereas I feel like person B is kind of more the creative romantic type, maybe even a little bit dramatic, and wanting things, the journey to go in a certain way that excites them in some sort of way. But what it was causing a lot of turbulency here for person A. But person B wants like almost like a fantastical journey of like going to sea and slaying dragons, and like more of this like fantastical journey, whereas this person wasn't wanting to have all that. Okay. And I don't feel like either of these people were trying to cause an issue or harm to the other, because we even have I relate in peace and then I am peaceful. So it's like both parties thought that they were bringing to the table their genuine self. Now, I do feel like person B is starting to rebrand themselves in a way that they think is going to be more appealing to get person A interested in this connection. Because I feel like Buffalo person is really determined. And I feel like they're having this like rebranding or a recognition about what this connection was, and how maybe they got lost in their own navigation. And it's kind of put this connection at risk, and trying to get back to remembering what the whole point of being in this connection was. So I feel like they want to come together and work together, but I feel like Scorpion person is still left with not really understanding what happened here in this connection, and why this person was so turbulent, or showing signs that they were navigating away at points in time, and not really just wanting to solidify things. I feel like the Buffalo person really wanted to be loved for in a certain way of what makes them feel love, but also if they were to plunge into the depths of wherever, I was going to say war, okay? I don't know why that's coming to me, but if they were to plunge into like the depths of like beasts, and just like go in these dark places, and they wanted the Scorpion person to kind of go with them and maybe chase them a little bit, is what I'm seeing here. Okay. Yeah, but I don't think the Scorpion person was having any of that, because the Scorpion person was very clear as to what it was that they wanted, and they weren't quite sure why Buffalo person was creating all sorts of turbulency here in this connection. So what you guys want, I feel like Scorpion person wanted, I don't know if they still do, I don't think they do, wanted a clear-cut outcome of a united connection where both parties could work together and be united and strong. Okay. And the Buffalo person wanted to be loved for whatever journey or whatever pains they were bringing into this connection, because then they felt like they were loved unconditionally and accepted for no matter the challenge. But I feel like the Buffalo person is having this realization that this isn't the way that this Scorpion person is going to follow or invest in this connection. So they're kind of rebranding themselves, but I really feel like this is important to this Buffalo person. So I think if this Scorpion person eventually, if they do give this Buffalo person another chance, for some of you guys, because we were getting that at the beginning, that there's a reintroduction of this connection. I feel like this Buffalo person is still not feeling deeply loved for who and how they love, how they show up. I think they're a little bit on the more immature side, maybe, or there's wounds there, I should say, that they need to, yeah, because we're seeing the page there. I feel like there's wounds that this Buffalo person needs to kind of go through to know that they're unconditionally loved without causing conflict or having to bring beasts into this connection. Okay, I don't know why I'm using the word beasts, because I just feel like this person is a little bit dramatic and causing issues where maybe there doesn't need to be issues, and only solely because they want to be loved unconditionally despite challenges and fantastical things that are coming about. Okay, and all at the same time, they were not addressing or showing a deep level of wanting to appease the Scorpion person or give them the type of love or outcome that this Scorpion person wanted. Okay, they were more wrapped up in their own journey of this whole connection. So they lost sight of this individual and kind of were more hanging on to journey. So this person kind of got lost. So they're kind of doing to this person what they really didn't want to happen to them, is to not be unconditionally loved and for who they are, despite what was going on. And they kind of didn't really see this person as the person that this person was. They were kind of more wrapped up in the connection or the journey of what was going on. But I feel like both parties are learning to accept themselves, and I feel like the Buffalo person maybe needs to recognize where there is this reactionary trauma that they're causing issues or stories and places in order to get more reaction out of the Scorpion person. So I feel like this will potentially come about unless the Buffalo person learns to heal this. Okay, let's take a look at tarot and see what we're seeing there. Okay, so Spirit, thank you for the clear and concise message here for pile number 1. Can we see some tarot in regards to what more can you show us regarding what person A and B for pile number 1 really wants from this connection and from each other? Thank you. 4 of Wands in reverse, King of Swords, 5 of Wands, and the 7 of Cups, and the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, bottom of the deck energy, we have the World in reverse. Yeah, I feel like there needs to definitely be closure in this connection, because I feel like maybe now the Buffalo is trying to maybe show up in a different way to get the attention of the Scorpion person. But I feel like there needs to be addressing of a cycle of a way of being here that the Buffalo was showing up. I feel like what happened is that whatever sense of stability could have been had in this connection was turned on its head, because the Buffalo proved to be a little bit wishy-washy here with this 2 of Pentacles and not really making or a priority of this connection with the confusion here. And, you know, this is again this fantasy. I feel like, although very dreamy, I feel like the buffalo person got lost in their own fantasy, which is causing lots of conflict in this connection. And I feel like the scorpion person had to remove their feelings from this in order to get very logical and see what this connection was for what it really was, that there was no sense of stability here, and kind of maybe call out what was going on. And I feel like the buffalo person feels like the scorpion person is quite cold, or at least now very reactionary and kind of rejecting this buffalo person. But I feel like the scorpion person felt rejected for the bulk of what was going on here. Yeah, there was definitely a tower moment in this connection. And I think the tower moment was when the scorpion person got clear, or got more in their mind than in their heart, about there needing to be some stability. But there was definitely a lot of conflict because the buffalo person was a little bit confused, causing this confusion, not choosing an option, going back and forth, not making a decision to choose this connection, and possibly even, I feel like for some of you guys, the buffalo person could have even been like making the scorpion person pretty jealous, like saying they had other options, or that they were dating other people and they weren't really committed to this King of Swords, and making it appear as though they had all these options and suitors and competition, and that they weren't choosing the scorpion person because they were, keeping them kind of in this loop of even a third party, or that they were competing for this buffalo's love. But it was all this like energy that the buffalo was trying to see how much the scorpion person was willing to invest or show them, which I feel is the wounds of this buffalo, where the buffalo is needing to do some healing, because for them, it was showing them that there was this unconditional love, despite, you know, all of this other noise and confusion that the scorpion person would kind of chase or stay true. But I feel like this scorpion person was like, okay, well, you know, I need stability, and I don't want to be stuck in a competitive situation where I'm not even clear as to what it is that's going on here, and stepped away. So there's the tower moment. And and I feel like, because we had the Page of Pentacles, I feel like the scorpion person is wanting a new beginning in for themselves. But I also feel like this buffalo person is wanting now to maybe move things forward when it comes to planting stability here in this connection. But I don't know that for some of you guys, I feel like maybe there's been a restart again, you know, a rebirth in this connection. But for a lot of others, I feel like the rebirth is in the scorpion person looking outside of this connection for their own stability and happiness, and trying to find a new beginning elsewhere. And for most cases, I feel like the buffalo person is still coming forward with this offering, because I feel like the buffalo person is maybe recognized their actions haven't helped the situation. Okay. Yeah, so I think you guys now are maybe on two different pages because of the experience that this connection, the journey in which this connection was going, has kind of turned off this person and made them maybe a little bit more not trusting of this connection. And I think the buffalo person just recognizes that maybe they pushed the scorpion person beyond their limitation. But I feel like unless the buffalo person, like I said, recognizes why they were in this energy and takes a look at that type of a cycle, I feel like the scorpion person, for those of you guys who are starting a new beginning here with this buffalo person, I feel like this buffalo person is definitely more prone to slowly kind of going back into that energy. Okay. Yeah, so This is what I see here for pile number 1. I hope this helped you navigate through that. I think, yeah, stick to being clear as to what you want in this connection. And I feel like maybe there needs to be strong boundaries in place. Rather than a King of Swords, maybe there needs to be a Queen of Swords. Laying boundaries here. Okay, rather than just kind of logically trying to figure out what's going on here. Because I think some of this is illogical. Some of the behaviors of this buffalo person is fairly illogical, okay? And this person is really trying to make sense of it with the confusion, with the why. This King of Swords, it's like this person just wants something that makes sense. Okay, but I feel like there needs to be boundaries, and this buffalo person needs to get clear as to why they were behaving the way they were, how they were showing up, how this is disappointing the scorpion person. Maybe put an end to that type of an energy if they want to have things continue forward, even though I feel like both parties were kind of trying to show up as themselves. One's just not at that state, I think, of the other. Okay, so bless you guys, and I will see you at your next reading. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 2. If you pick this paperweight right here, then pile number 2, this is your reading. Now I pre-shuffled the oracle cards. Haven't looked at them yet. We will be taking a look at what you want versus what your person wants out of this connection, okay, the person on your mind. But before we get into what you guys want from each other in this connection and how that might differ, or how that might be causing issues or not, we'll take a look at the energy of the connection, okay? Now this might be coming from your perspective, just so you know that this is your pile. All right, so Spirit will ask for pile number 2, clear and concise message. So pile number 2 knows that this is indeed their pile. Okay, clear and concise, thank you. And pile number 2, thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy of you and your person. All right, and we have the 8 of Swords, we have the Ace of Wands, and we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, both aces in reverse. I'm just going to pull one more here. Justice. And I'm going to get a clarifier for the 8 of Swords, and then we will pull an oracle. 6 of Swords. Okay, and then illumination. Okay. So how do you know this is your pile? Well, I feel as though in this connection right now, there's a desire to have a new beginning, but I feel like somebody here is really stuck, and this could very well be your energy, okay? So you are feeling like you're not getting the full emotional fulfillment that you want, and you want to start looking at potentially moving away from this connection, because I feel like you're not invigorated or as excited as maybe you once were in this connection, and you want an emotional new beginning that's going to bring you your own happiness. And I feel like potentially you feel held back and unable to move forward towards what you want. I feel like there's been a lot of mental conflict here, and you're mentally torn between moving away from the challenge of the situation. So I feel like you are, I feel like you're still in this connection, okay? But I feel like you're wanting to move out of this connection because you realize or recognize that your happiness hasn't been acknowledged or reciprocated. And I feel like you're losing any sort of desire or spark in this connection. And you're also not feeling emotionally fulfilled in this connection. Okay, so I think you recognize what it is that you want, or at least you feel like it's unbalanced right now, and your happiness is kind of not being addressed or being taken care of in this connection, but you also feel really stuck, or like you're being held back from moving forwards towards your own happiness. Maybe for some of you guys, you feel like you are torn between staying in this connection, although it isn't giving you the ultimate joy, or at least it's making you feel less and less engaged. And but you're also kind of feeling maybe you're unable to move away from it for whatever reason here. Okay, we have heavy Libra energy in this pile. Okay, and also maybe a little bit of Gemini, Aquarius. Okay, so if this sounds like your pile, then we'll get into, yeah, what your person wants and what you want out of this connection and how that might differ. All right, so like I said, I pre-picked these, so we'll take a look at person A and person B, and you could very well be resonating with either A or B and your person on the other side. Okay, so just kind of take whatever is resonating here. So for person A, we have Between Worlds with the number 3. And we have Nature with the number 32 or the number 5. Put this down here. We have Companion, light attributes, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. Shadow attributes, betrayal by misusing confidences and loss of personal identity. We have Unicorn. We have Miracle. And we have I hold purity in high esteem. Wow. Okay. I feel like this person's really going through something where they're recognizing they're recognizing the power in which they hold and the power in which they are wanting to be completely fulfilled in themselves. Yeah, they're recognizing how special they are here. We'll go the distance with the number 47 and the number 11. Abundance with the number 1. I give blessings. Engineer. Ability to give creative energy, a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. And shadow attribute, reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. You guys see what's going on here, right? Dear, yes. Okay, and then impasse. All right, now connecting energies here. We have hearing messages from spirits. I am clear channel for messages from spirits. This one pile is fairly clear to me. Okay, and we have one with self blossoming. Yep. And open your heart, set loving boundaries. All right, guys. So, wow, what's going on? This person feels like this person isn't deeply emotionally loving this person in the way this person wants. And I feel like this person is sacrificing their happiness, who they are and what they want. And they're in a period right now that they want to go after what they want in this deep, true love. And they believe in a great, deep emotional satisfaction. And they also believe in wanting to connect with someone on a level that is resonating for their heart and for themselves. And I feel like they are truly, I feel like they're truly recognizing that they might have been settling for some time now, and they're transitioning into really wanting to for someone to love them for who they are as themselves at a deep level, in which capacity that they're able to love, because they feel like they're selling themselves short in just kind of doing motions and a connection here. And I feel like they're having dreams, and they're potentially having a spiritual awakening as far as what it is that they deserve and what it is that they want. Okay. And being closer to their truth of how it is to love and open their heart space up. And I feel like this person keeps falling short. And I feel like this person feels as though they're giving to this connection. And that if they are giving and doing all the right stuff, then they're not really understanding why this person is unhappy, because I feel like this person is a little bit clued out, okay? And I don't know that this person fully knows, or at least this person feels like this person is just kind of aloof and not really deep enough to understand the complexity in which this unicorn person is wanting to connect with someone. So they feel kind of alone. And this person is kind of trying to accommodate with all the right, saying the right stuff in a way, but it's not really deeply felt. And this person feels like they're contributing to this connection in a way that should be enough, or what they're doing is kind of more, yeah, it's like this engineer. So it's we're doing these actions to get a certain results. It's like, if I am trustworthy and, whatever, do chores or help you, and talk to you about your day, and I do all the things and check it all off the list, then we should be able to work through this and stay together because I'm giving you love, and ride this thing kind of to the end. Wow, I'm getting a really massive head rush. Wow, that was crazy. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Almost like somebody got the rug pulled from under them. And I feel like this person's awakening of true love and what they want is on such a deep soul level that I feel like they feel like this person is never going to be able to understand or recognize what this unicorn person wants. So they're not even engaged so much with this person on a deep soul level. I think they stopped kind of trying to make this person understand. Whereas this person just keeps kind of doing the same actions, and they are present, but I feel like it's only surface deep. And they feel like maybe if they continue to provide with maybe financial security or stability, then that should be enough. Or if they say the right things, it should be enough. If they provide that, then this unicorn person should be happy. But I feel like this person hasn't really opened their heart up to the depths of what it is to be truly in a deep state of love with somebody, because it seems like they're very like treating this almost like a business plan, kind of. Okay, but they also seem kind of clued out. So it's like this person is getting frustrated with even talking to this person, this deer person, because they don't really even understand where this unicorn person's coming from. Okay, and I feel like this person's almost like, like it seems like the more this person tries to express what it is that they need and step forward, the deer person is not really understanding, or it seems like they're not really listening, or like that this person is the one that's causing this halt in this connection with this impasse. It's like the only reason this connection is unable to move forward is because you, unicorn person, aren't really open to what it is that I'm trying to provide here. And what I'm trying to provide is the stability and the security, and continue to be dedicated to move forward in this connection. But it's like, well, this is not what the unicorn person is asking for. The unicorn person is asking for there to be this really deep reflection of open-heartedness to reciprocate love on a soul level that this unicorn person is wanting. I don't feel like this unicorn person is now passionately desiring this type of an energy for themselves. And I feel like this unicorn person is kind of torn because they want to move away to find that for themselves, but they also feel kind of like committed to this dear person. So either they've been with this dear person for quite some time and are trying to sort through their awakening here, and they also might maybe feel like because this person's providing the stability and they give blessings here and with the abundance and they're committed, like that should be enough, or like this unicorn person should kind of resort to allowing that to be enough for them. But I feel like the more they're trying to ignore their true sense of self and opening their heart up, then they are kind of torn and maybe even resentful or a little bitter about how this dear person is not really understanding. Okay, I feel like there's two different spiritual levels of understanding, and I feel like this dear person isn't able to just step up all of a sudden and become this spiritual person that they might have never have been. So they might feel like, well, yeah, they might feel like, well, I've been kind of in this state, so I don't understand what the issue is here. And this unicorn person, I feel, is probably frustrated because I feel like this unicorn person has been explaining to this dear person what they needed, but it's kind of difficult to explain to someone who is not really fully understanding this higher, deeper level. Okay, and I feel like with this open your hearts, that loving boundaries, I feel like I feel as though this person is just not open-hearted in a way that is allowing them to feel in the way that this person needs. And I feel like the more this unicorn person's opening their heart up, the more distance is being is coming between both of these parties. Okay, let's take a look at some tarot and see what we see here for both parties. Okay. All right, Spirit, thank you so much for the clear and concise message here for pile number 2. Can we see some more in regards to what does pile number 2's person want, and what does pile number 2 want from this connection? What do they want from each other? Can you give us some more in regards to what's going on here? Maybe what they can do. Where is this headed? Here we got the Four of Pentacles. I think that was the first card that came out in the other pile. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Seven of Cups, that came out in the other pile, and same with the World. Interesting. Or at least it was at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so we have Four of Pentacles in reverse, Seven of Cups in reverse, the World in the middle, the Magician. Yeah, and I feel like the unicorn person feels like maybe the dear person is really also, maybe they have a history and the dear person is fairly genuine or soft or nice or kind-hearted. So it makes this unicorn person feel bad for maybe wanting to go after what it is that they want. Okay. Ten of Cups. Wow, this is ultimate emotional fulfillment. I feel like this unicorn person wants and is really desiring a full, deep, emotional, spiritual fulfillment. Okay, however deep this person can get, and I don't feel like this person is understanding or has been providing or is capable of listening to what this is going on here. I feel like with this Four of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups in reverse, this was showing up as maybe I feel like this unicorn person was hanging on to this connection, hanging on and maybe not wanting to let it go, although they were unclear. Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of uncertainty as far as what that looked like if they were to let go. But I feel like what Spirit is saying is that this unicorn person is ending a cycle in this connection in which they're needing to manifest and step forward towards going after what it is that they want in this world. okay, in this material plane, to manifest it, to work with spirit in order to manifest, for them to get this 10 of Cups, whatever that might look like. And I feel like this person is getting clearer, and I feel as though maybe they're kind of still physically engaged in this dynamic, mentally and spiritually. I feel like the unicorn is ending a cycle here, and they're manifesting their 10 of Cups. Yeah, and here the Fool in reverse. This is not taking a risk in stepping away from this connection in order to jump forward. So I feel like the unicorn person is in the process of potentially letting go and releasing that 8 of Swords energy, why they were hanging on, why they were limiting themselves to not moving forward. Maybe there's beliefs here that the unicorn has that they have to either resolve or stay in a situation that isn't bringing them happiness. And this could even mean the Foolish card. So maybe, you know, they might feel like they're a little bit foolish and hanging on to a situation in which they're not able to fully be emotionally loved in a way that's bringing them complete fulfillment, that they're being guided by spirits to end this cycle. And I feel like this is a long connection, or like like you guys have been together for quite some time here with this World card. Okay, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, and yeah, I don't know that I think the unicorn person is trying to make it work with this Deer person, but I think they're in denial and they're unable to move forward and let go of this connection for whatever value or reasoning that the unicorn is committing themselves to this situation. Okay, let's pull some oracle cards and see if we see anything further here. This is Mystery, which could very well be Intuition, High Priestess. Yeah, I feel like the unicorn is potentially not able to follow up on their own intuition here due to fears of maybe letting go of this connection. Disruption. Yeah, like, I don't know. I feel as though this person feels like if they ignore what they spiritually want, then they feel like they're kind of not doing themselves a service here with this disruption. And they also feel like if they were to leave this Deer person, it would cause a lot of disruption and upheaval in their life to go after their intuition. There's lots of fear around that. So it could very well be a connection in which you're invested in financially. You know, maybe there is, well, we were seeing the Justice card, so I feel like this could very well be a marriage. Okay, and there is heavy commitment here, obviously, with the marriage, but I feel like this is a very long cycle here with the World, and I feel like there's a lot of frustration here with this unicorn person, and this Deer person just is not understanding it or getting it. Okay, well, let's just give some more here because I feel like I don't want to end this connection. I don't want to, so you don't want to end the connection. I don't want to end this reading here. I just want to see if there's advice here. I mean, the advice was really to manifest for the unicorn. Their 10 of Cups are going to have to move forward in going after what they want and really being honest with themselves with that with the Magician. Okay, but let's see if we can just give some more here to some advice, okay? Because I don't know if you're coming here as the Deer person or the unicorn person, but okay, well, the Lovers in reverse is definitely can speak of a connection coming to an end. And I feel like the connection here is needing to come to an end, or at least in the way that it is continuing, okay? And the Queen of Wands is the type of queen that's able to manifest and with the law of attraction bring in what she wants, because she's very determined and going after what she wants. I feel like part of this being an upside down is showing that both parties are going to have to be honest in what it is that they want. In order for there to be progress in either coming together and making things stronger, or calling this connection quits, because I feel like neither party wants to maybe address this and deal with truths, but it needs to kind of, everything needs to be on the table in order for there to be a decision made to choose this connection. But right now, neither person is wanting to call it quits. Neither person is wanting to admit to themselves what they want is maybe more important than just kind of putting up with or trying to maintain something here. Yeah. Devil energy is releasing yourself from a situation where you feel bound to. Okay, so maybe you're bound to a marriage, but it's not really, yeah, bringing you what it is that you're needing or wanting or spiritually supposed to be acknowledging here with your hearing messages from spirit and the mystery with the intuition and that 10 of Cups being held back. I feel like the Devil in reverse is freeing yourself from chains, but the only way to really free oneself off from chains and release from that 8 of Swords and move away towards calmer waters here is for this person to get more in their Queen of Wands energy, which is someone who is being honest with what they want to manifest and attracting that to them. Okay, could very well be this person if they're being honest with what they want here to themselves and not ignoring what it is that they want. And I feel like this connection, the way it's going, will have to be put to an end. It could be rebirthed in a different way, maybe, potentially, but clarity is needed in order to bring in what this person wants. And the dear person needs to get clear as to what they want out of a connection as well. And maybe this person is peaceful enough as it is. I feel like, yeah, I feel like this person isn't really all that much bothered by this, which causes even more of this rift between the two here, okay? We have Gemini, and yeah, more Gemini energy, and then we have Capricorn energy here, and some Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. All right, so I hope this helped. If you're drawn to another pile, I will see you there. If not, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hello, my spectacular pile number 3. If you picked this cat's eye egg, then pile number 3, this is your reading. Now, we will be taking a look at what you and your person want out of this connection, okay? What you truly want, how that might differ, how that might be causing issues, and how you might resolve it. But before we take a look at you versus them and what you want, we're going to take a look at the connection and maybe your energy to see if this is indeed your pile. Okay, so this might be coming from your perspective because we're asking Spirit for a clear and concise message so that pile number 3 knows that this is indeed their pile. Okay, so clear and concise for pile number 3. And pile number 3, thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your beautiful energy, you and your person. All right, please protect me as I channel this message and protect pile number 3 for their greatest and highest good. All right, what do we have? So we have the Magician, the Page of Pentacles, and the 4 of Cups. Okay, Spirit saying to flip them around, and I'm going to pull an oracle card here. I'm going to get a clarifier here for these cards. Why is the Magician here, Spirit? 6 of Pentacles. So I'm going to leave it. Sun. Leave it. Okay. And why is the 4 of Cups here? 5 of Pentacles. Okay. And then the World at the bottom. Okay, so what is going on here? I feel like there is you're wanting to step forward with certainty and what it is that you want to go after. But I feel like maybe there's been a period of time where you weren't quite sure and you were not really wanting to go after or solidify things. But I feel like you, like in this connection, okay, because I feel like there's a period of time maybe where you were trying to sort through what you wanted to bring to yourself. And I feel like maybe you're still a little bit unclear, but you're getting more certain that this being in the state in which it was in was making you feel kind of left out in the cold, or like not really happy if you were not moving forward in this connection. Okay, but I feel like this was a long time of you kind of pondering what the best thing would be for yourself, whether it would be moving forward or manifesting this connection or not moving forward in this connection. And maybe you haven't been as engaged in showing up in this connection. You were uncertain. Maybe you were trying to find out what you really wanted for yourself, but you felt like, or at least maybe you feel like if you're not moving forward and pursuing this connection, then you feel kind of, yeah, left out in the cold, or like not really, yeah, you feel kind of disinterested in maybe things that might have been interesting in the past for you, that you might have liked at one point, and now you're kind of like, yeah, no, I'm not interested in any of that. So yeah, maybe you're shifting into what this connection might mean to you, and you're becoming clear as to what you want to invest here. And I feel like maybe you've been kind of trying to sort through your intuition, sort through your dreams, sort through what you maybe weren't really following up on when it came to this connection. Okay, and you could very well be putting an end to a cycle in your life of maybe what you used to find thrilling or engaging in a connection is no longer engaging, or what you maybe used to do for yourself instead of investing in a connection is now kind of not as entertaining or not as interesting. So now this connection is offering you a chance to maybe manifest what you want and be clear what you want. But I feel like you're still not quite sure as to what it is that you need to invest here. And you're not quite sure completely as to what it would mean for you. But you do know that there's something kind of coming to an end, or at least you're putting an end to something in your life that might have impeded or conflicted with this connection. Yeah, and I feel here with the Chariot in reverse, this talks about recklessness. Maybe you've been going through this connection fairly reckless, and now you're kind of wanting to put an end to not being clear, not having a direction, not being certain, feeling like kind of disengaged, maybe not as interested, and trying to find a way on how to move forward here. Yeah, Eight of Cups. It was probably difficult for you to walk away from something that maybe you used to emotionally be tied to, and having to learn how to walk away. And I feel like maybe this could even be walking away from some sort of way of being. And I think how you were showing up in this connection as well might have been, yeah, just kind of like you're not really engaged. But now you're kind of wanting to turn this around, maybe. Okay, so this could very well be your person's energy here that I'm picking up. Just kind of take what resonates, because if this sounds like your person, then we'll be taking a look at you versus them in regards to what it is that you guys both want. And it could very well be that your person is now kind of maybe taking a look at what they can do a little differently here in this connection than how they've been driving in the past, and leaving, yeah, I feel like they were stuck for quite some time and not choosing this connection. Okay, but I feel like they're kind of recognizing that maybe they are unhappy in not moving forward and getting more clear as to what they want to manifest here. Okay, so let's take a look at you versus them in what you guys want from this connection and potentially from each other here. Okay, so we'll be doing person A and person B, and you could be resonating with either side. So let's take a look. So we have never ending story with the number 37 or the number 10. We have risk with the number 41 or the number 5. We have child divine, light attribute, innocence, purity, and redemption. Suggests a special connection with the divine. Shadow attribute, an inability to defend oneself against negative forces. I keep my own counsel. Okay, raccoon, earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Instinct, beautiful. All right. Okay, this person, for person B, we have tick-tock with the number 30. Gifts with the number 21 or the number 3. So 3 might be significant here. I create harmony. Student, humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. Shadow attributes, arrogance and the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. Zebra and gratitude. Okay, and then connecting energies here. Wow, that one really wanted to fly open. Acknowledge, take responsibility. Okay, and we have communicating freely. I communicate from the depths of my being. Wow, that's deep. And we also have honor your agreement, mission in motion. Okay, I feel like there's a huge shift in this connection right now, specifically how this person's been showing up. I feel like this person's been very, very patient. This person's very patient, but they're suffering in silence is what I heard, okay? And I feel like they're very spiritual in knowing what it is that they want, and they've been kind of sacrificing their wants in some sort of way because they feel really connected to this person and really understanding what sort of divine connection this could be. But I feel like this person hasn't been completely open or released themselves to this to the zebra person, because the raccoon person feels as though they've been just kind of getting by or working with this zebra person in the ways that the zebra person has been showing up, which has been very sketchy, or at least not fully showing up, okay? And I feel like this person understood or understands that they've been risking their own contentment for themselves in engaging or participating with this zebra person, despite maybe what they they're feeling like maybe they weren't getting completely fulfilled in some sort of way, or going against what was physically being shown to them in this connection. They were listening to their spiritual higher self, in which there is this connection between the two, the raccoon and the zebra, this soul connection and recognition, that I feel like this raccoon person didn't want to leave the zebra behind or let go of this zebra person. And they were really listening to their downloads here, listening to their instinct, following their true understanding of what they felt this connection could have possibly been in the 5D, but they did feel like they were potentially risking their own contentment, because it could very well be that the zebra person would just never really get it or understand. I feel like the zebra person, their third eye is opening and actually understanding this connection maybe for what it is, and they have not been in the past. I feel like there's a need for both parties to communicate here. what it is that they're truly feeling on a deep level. Because I feel like this person, the raccoon person, was maybe too scared to scare off the zebra and communicate the intensity in which they felt. Whereas the zebra person was very confused as to, yeah, like it was intense, but the zebra person wasn't quite sure how they were supposed to show up. And I feel like the zebra person might have not have even been experienced enough. This is giving me page energy as far as how do they, how are they supposed to handle such a connection? How are they supposed to step forward and show up? And I feel like the zebra person felt like two things here with the TikTok. I feel like maybe they felt they were losing this raccoon person. Okay, because maybe the raccoon person was slowly closing themselves off to the zebra person and not being as communicative as maybe they once were, and keeping more to themselves and kind of pulling away, again, suffering in silence of sorts. And maybe this person felt like they needed to step up here with the TikTok. But I also feel like this person feels like it's time for them. This is the energy I was feeling at the beginning here, was a zebra person. Like it's time for them to step up. I feel like with the TikTok, maybe they recognize that how they've been living their life has not been all that thrilling, and they're recognizing what a blessing and a gift that this connection is. I feel like they're really grateful and yeah, like feel very blessed for this connection. And with the I create with harmony, I think they're more focused on what it is that they can now show up as, and potentially even here with the number 3, I feel this is like collaboration, working together, seeing what they can bring and offer into this connection. But I do feel like they feel like this connection is a divine gift, okay, and that they're being blessed with this. I feel like they're wanting to take responsibility now for their part in showing up with this take responsibility. I feel like this person has been, the raccoon person has been a little bit more engaged and in taking responsibility, but I feel like they slowly started to pull away because with the risk here, maybe they felt as though they didn't want to completely jump in fully and then be left by the zebra person who wasn't capable of stepping up and honoring this agreement that they've potentially made with each other. Now, this could very well be a karmic soul agreement here between these two parties that the raccoon recognized and the zebra understood somehow but wasn't acting on it, or at least they weren't open to really accepting it. Or again, with the student card, I feel like they weren't certain as to what that was all about, what was that maybe meaning for them that they had to do, and both parties were not really being able to communicate from an understanding of what the depths of this connection actually mean. With the mission in motion, I feel like there is this desire to fulfill this soul contract that both the zebra and the raccoon have with one another. And yeah, so what the raccoon person wants, I feel like the raccoon person wanted the zebra person to have some awareness for the depths of this connection and didn't want to risk their complete self in getting lost in this connection if the zebra person wasn't receptive to waking up to this connection. So they were kind of, like I said, going through their own pains of this connection in their own way, which maybe was not very visible to the zebra, but the zebra could feel this raccoon person kind of in their own way of trying to manage themselves, okay, while the zebra person was trying to figure things out here. And yeah, I feel like the zebra person, what they want to create harmony in this connection. They feel a lot of gratitude for how this raccoon person has been supportive and has been showing up. I feel like they want to step forward in offering what they can to bring more to this connection than they have in the past. They feel like maybe they burnt some time here. Yeah, like they're finally kind of seeing the truth of this connection and wanting to take responsibility here. Okay, and maybe this person feels like they're not quite sure because of the fact that they've been maybe led astray or been hanging on to this connection for a long period of time, where they've pulled away in some way, and now they're not sure if they should risk trusting that the zebra person actually sees this connection or is communicating from a place that they could trust. Okay, so let's take a look at the tarot now and see if we could see some more. Interesting. All right, Spirit, can we take a look at pile number 3 and their person in regards to what do they want from each other in this connection? Can we get some more as to where this is headed, or maybe some advice? Some more regarding this raccoon and zebra, pile number 3. What can they do? And thank you so much for the clear and concise message. All right, lovers. Let's keep going. Ace of Swords in reverse. And we have the Devil, we have the 6 of Pentacles, sorry, 7 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Swords. Okay, and bottom of the deck energy, we have the 3 of Pentacles. Don't read reversals here. Yeah, I feel like zebra person needs to step up, has not been stepping up, okay, in working and showing up and putting in energy and effort. They're needing to manifest, and I feel like potentially the zebra person is now wanting to collaborate and show up and put things in motion here and take responsibility for their actions. But I feel like they're feeling very anxious about this and having sleepless nights as to what sort of energy, because again, with the student, it's like, what do I need to do? What if I don't know how? What if I fail? I'm not quite sure if I'm going to put in energy that might not bear any fruit here, or if I'm investing in an area that I'm not quite sure. So there is this Devil energy here. One, I feel like this is showing the level of connection that these two people have. I feel like they're bound. There is this deep obsession, I feel here, spiritually between these two. And I feel like this is also talking about that soul contract that I feel both these individuals feel like they're bound to each other. Okay, but I feel like this Devil energy can talk about toxicity, can talk about addictions, can talk about behaviors in which we are allowing to hold us back. And I feel like potentially the zebra was being held back by maybe some devilish ways in which they were. Because we were seeing that 4 of Cups, and maybe there was a certain way that the zebra was engaging that was holding them back here. It's causing them anxiety as to if they need to invest here. But I feel like this is the soul contract between the two. I feel like there's this karmic tie and this soul recognition and this deep obsession between these two. And I feel like there is a need to come to terms with the truth of what this connection is on both sides, okay? Because I feel like there still hasn't been a full embrace of moving forward in this connection and choosing each other here with the lovers. This is about a choice in choosing a connection or a person, okay? Like, look at both of these two cards, okay? I feel like there is this choice that needs to be made because there is an agreement here in place in regards to choosing this connection. That needs to be honored. That needs to be beginning in truth, the beginning set in motion to take responsibility for this connection and invest. Being held back by anxiety by the zebra person, how it is that they're going to work and contribute here, okay? But they're needing to manifest this, this desire in understanding how they can put forward energy. Because I feel like the zebra person has not potentially had a connection in which they know how to partake or show up or invest or put in energy. It's causing them lots of anxiety. Okay, but Spirit's saying just to kind of manifest what they want out of this connection, and that they will create what it is that they absolutely want if they're able to manifest it, and like put some energy around being clear as to what they want out of this connection. And then this Three of Pentacles will kind of naturally happen, but I feel like it's stunted because Zebra hasn't been clear and honest in what this connection means and why there is this strong pull towards one another here. Okay, yeah, this is the Chariot in reverse. This is recklessness, so it could very well be that the Zebra has been acting quite reckless in this connection, not moving towards choosing this connection, and maybe they chose addictions, toxic behaviors, rather than focusing on this energy here or this connection. Okay, and I feel like, yeah, they feel like with this TikTok, maybe they're getting to the stage where if they don't act, they might lose this raccoon, or they feel like they're at an age maybe where they want to make changes in their life because they have been in this devil energy that's no longer bringing them fulfillment. Yeah, the sun. Okay, now the sun in reverse or upright to me generally always means the same thing because the sun provides this clarity, this heat, whether the sun's upright or reverse. But what I was getting was ego, and I feel like the Zebra might have been in their ego, is working through their ego, their shadow side, in order to become very clear as to how they need to show up in this connection, okay, and find joy in this connection. Ace of Wands, this is talking about a spark of inspiration, okay, and having a new beginning in what they desire. And I feel like Zebra's been in this Four of Cups for some time, maybe apathy, boredom, not quite sure what they wanted, not going after what they wanted, and they need to get clear with that manifesting card, that's Magician, to go after and be certain what it is that they want in order to get out of this Four of Cups. Okay, this boredom, this not knowing what they want, being offered this cup of love by the raccoon and completely not being clear because maybe they were being really held back by devil energy. Okay, yeah, it could very well be addictions, obsessions, unhealthy ways of being. And I feel like, yeah, they're wanting to step out of this Four of Cups and go after what they want, but they haven't, both of these came reverse. I feel like they haven't been clear, and they certainly haven't communicated this to the raccoon person. Okay, just gonna see if we can see some advice here for raccoon, because I feel like this is more for the Zebra person. So what can the raccoon do here? What information can we tell the raccoon that's going to help in this situation? Yeah, because I feel like the raccoon's kind of trying to stay distracted here and not really being all that communicative to the Zebra anymore. So they're kind of not wanting to risk any more in this connection, I feel. King of Swords, Death in reverse, Magician. Yeah, so King of Swords is talking about head over heart. I feel like this raccoon person has really had to lean in on their logic. Okay, they've been trying to transform themselves in a way that allows them to not be so tied or obsessed with this connection, even though they're very spiritually aware of what this means. But what Spirit is saying here with this King of Swords, this King's Sword is a little bit askew. It's not straight up. So going with their logic is defying what they know to be true, because the Ace of Swords is very straight up, meaning complete and utter truth. I feel like logically this person is trying to convince themselves that they're able to transform themselves out of this connection, but there's part of them that's unable to let go, okay, and put an end to this connection because of the fact that there is this soul contract. Okay, now there is free will, but I feel like what's happening is that there's this 1 foot in, 1 foot out in releasing, because they are trying to convince themselves logically it doesn't make a whole lot of sense that they would keep risking themselves. Spirit is saying to manifest what they want. Okay, never mind this person, but manifest what they absolutely want, not to give up. Okay, here with this Death card. This is hang on to what they feel they truly want here with their instinct, with the ability to trust the divine in going after what they want here, and not to let go or throw that out because they're logically trying to talk it away. Okay, and I feel like here, even with the raccoon, this can really talk about, you know, someone who is just working with scraps of whatever's being offered to them. And I feel like this raccoon person needs to recognize and realize that they're able to bring in and manifest the full love potential that they deserve and that they want. Okay, whether it be with this person or not, but I feel like they're kind of hung up on making sense of things here. All right, so let's pull one of these just as kind of a clarifier, and then we'll wrap up here. Yeah, there is this great sadness I feel on both sides. One, because I feel like the raccoon feels like they've been maybe abandoned by the zebra, and I feel like the zebra might recognize where they've been in their Four of Cups and not showing up now that their third eye is opening, and that they were unable to release themselves from devil energy to honor the agreement here, okay, and acknowledge, to take responsibility for themselves and their actions, how they've been showing up. Confidence, and it is in reverse here. I feel like the zebra person is working on their confidence right now in what they can do. They're kind of in the student energy, so they're needing guidance in how to step forward, how to be Three of Pentacles, but they are feeling very blessed and very grateful for this raccoon person. But raccoon's going to need a little bit more than just how this zebra person has been showing up. So Spirit's saying to continue to manifest what it is that they want, okay? And just because it is something that might be illogical doesn't mean that it is wrong. You don't need to make complete sense of it. Just kind of trust your manifestations here, okay? And where you're able to let go so things can start anew, and maybe let go of a way of maybe feeling like you'd be risking continuing down this connection here with the zebra. There will have to be a clearing of energy in order for this connection to move forward with the Lover's card and step forward in this connection. There needs to be a full release of maybe past ways of how you guys have engaged with one another. Okay, even though that is taking definitely a risk and trusting that it's going to lead towards something. But this is what I have here for pile number 3. Thank you so much, you guys. If you're drawn to another pile, I'll see you there. If not, then love and light. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. See ya. Bye.